Hey y'all, it's Savannah, and if you can't already tell, I kind of chopped my hair off yesterday. I went and got 11 inches cut off. I watched her cut it. I watched it fall to the floor, and I almost had a breakdown because that was all of my hair on the floor. But I absolutely adore my new hair. But this week I'm going to make a video for incoming college freshmen. These are a list of tips, a list of do's and don'ts that I have put together within 5 minutes. I'm actually a college sophomore this year, so I can help you guys. Now, a lot of this stuff you won't learn. You have to have experienced it. And it's rough. But let's get started with this video. Tip number 1. Do not skip class. If you skip class, you are screwed. Because the next class you come to, it is very possible that you will have a test, or you will have a pop quiz, or you'll have a paper due. No, just don't skip class. That is a terrible habit to get into. Just don't do it. It's bad. Tip number 2. Do not buy your books from your school. Okay, I have student loans. So my student loan pays for my books. But in the past, I have bought my books brand new from my school, and it is absolutely insane. Last semester, I spent $400 for 2 books. $400 for 2 books. Which, when you go to sell them back to the bookstore, you will get a maximum of $15. Because they've been used, and your university may come out with a different edition. So it's just not a good idea. Tip number 3. For the first 2 weeks of class, get to class 15 to 20 minutes early. And that is so that you can get the seat you want. It's in the front, the middle, the back, wherever you want to sit. And it's so that your professor understands that you take this class seriously. You don't want to be the person that comes in late the first week of school. It's not good. It's very unprofessional. And it's just not good for you. It's not good for the class. It's not good for your grade. It's just bad. Okay. This is another tip that is very, very, very important. Do not relive your high school glory days as a freshman in college. No one cares if you are captain of the cheerleading team, if you were quarterback of your football team. Nobody cares, because that's in the past. Nobody wants to listen to your high school glory days stories. It's just not cool. Just don't do it. Do your work. Do not cheat, because In high school, you could maybe wait until like the day before and get your friends' notes or whatever. But when you get to college, you need that. You need that knowledge, because in your next class, you're going to need it. And that friend that you cheated off of, that you copied your homework from, is very possible will not be in your class. So do your work. Do not wait to the very last minute, the last day to register for class, because it is going to be absolutely hectic in your counselor's office or online or wherever you go to register. Because number one, you may not get the class that you need, and number two, if you do it online, your registration may not go through. So don't wait until the last minute to register for a class. It is a horrible idea. Do not sit in the back of your class. Okay. Quick story. I'm in my psychology class last semester, 2 semesters ago. I was in my psychology class and I sat in the middle. The girl behind me had her laptop open and she was watching Gossip Girl. She was watching literally reruns of Gossip Girl on Netflix in our psychology class. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. Because it's just, I don't understand why you would do that. If you sit in the back of the class, you're not going to learn as much, because you're going to be too tempted to, like that girl, be on your laptop watching Gossip Girl. I mean, it's insane. It's just, that is probably one of the worst things to do, because it's extremely disrespectful to your professor, and it's distracting to everybody else in the class. Okay, guys. The freshman 15 is not a myth. That is very real. Because once you're in college, you don't have your parents telling you, you have to eat this, you have to eat healthy. If you want to eat pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, if you want to eat nachos, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you can do whatever you want. But it's not good, because that freshman 15 is very real, and it will happen a lot faster than you think it would. I'm just saying. And the last tip. Never, and I mean never, procrastinate. I kid you not, one of my best friends had a paper due. She waited until the last minute, the last 2 days to do her paper. She got it all done in 2 days. It was a midterm paper. She got it done in 2 days. She went to save it, and her laptop crashes the day the paper was due. And she had a 9 a.m. class, so she couldn't do the paper within 2 hours, because that's all she had left. By the time she got done with her paper, she had 2 hours before the class, and her laptop crashed. And she lost everything. Yeah, it's just not good to procrastinate in college. I know it's hard. That was one of the hardest habits I've ever had to break, was procrastination, because I honestly procrastinated way too much in high school. And I'm paying for it in college. But that was my little list of things to do or not to do in college. I love you guys. You guys are all amazing. You're all beautiful. And if you want to stalk me, the links will be in the description bar. But smile, because you're worth it. Bye, y'all.